Hey, what's up? Jason? We got Whitecross with You Will Find It There. Jason, my once a month CVT dude, you have to be the biggest Whitecross fan I've ever met. I used to listen to them a lot back in the 80s. You know, I heard Striper. I was in Christian metal bands really my whole life. And then shortly after that I heard Whitecross. I thought, man, sound like Rat and a little bit of Van Halen, and actually a lot like Rat. But I was listening to the guitar player Rex Carroll going, wow, man, this dude, he can play really good. He's always had good tone like that. Anyways, this is a long one, dude. It's 9 pages of handwritten tabs. I've got a basic EQ and the primary effects. That's in your, that'll be on your tabs. Half step down on the tuning, E flat. And I got the intro solo, and then went into the verse. And you know how it is, you get one of these every month. So when it goes back to like a verse, which will be section 2 or 3, I'll just refer to going back to that. The second, I'll talk about it when I get there. There's a few points I want to make, but it's going to make more sense to explain it once we're there. Okay, so on the beginning here. And there's definitely reverb and delay. I'm going to tell you that right off the gate here. That's the first one. That's the very beginning of the song there. Just go break it down immediately here. 15B, whole step bend. And remember, test those bends when it's a whole step by going up 2 frets higher. Play it, and then back it up 2 frets, bend up to that, and try to listen and keep that pitch in your ear. It's really good ear training. All right, so after the bend, you're going to go, almost dropped my whole stand here, 12-15 on the high E, and then 17 high E, bend release. And remember, when you do stuff like that, Jason, go Put a couple fingers behind it to back it. Most of the time, for me, I end up doing that unless it's something I'm doing obviously with my index finger. But it's nice to have that support from a couple other buddies here, and just have a better control and strength and everything. So make sure you hear the bend go up and back. Then 15 high E, half step bend. That's a 1 fret bend. Let me sure I got that right. Yeah, half step bend on the 15. Now that's an example of where your index finger would do it, because we used our 3rd finger for the 17. And the cool thing is, if you're backing it with 2 fingers, your index is already ready to go on that 15. So 17 high E vibrato. The next part, 15B, you're going to slide up to 17. Do what I call a knuckle shift on this. First finger, 15B, slide to 17, shift down to 17E, and back to 17B. But you don't want to hear both of them, so shift the pressure and take it off the string. It can still be touching as long as you're not hearing it. So, right? And this is a half step bend release. Bend again, hold it for a bit, and then release it back. And then 17 on the E, B, and G, another knuckle shift thing here. So Rex's vibratos, man, it's in there a lot. You'll hear that for a lot of guitar players. If you got a rest, it kind of brings the note to life. He's got that swoopy one. I can really relate with his vibrato. Oops. And then a slide to approximately 12. After that, you're gonna slide up to 14G. Just go a couple frets back and go like this. Oops. So you'll slide to the note, 14, bend it, release it. So And then 12G, 14G, bend the 14 again. And then go. So, oops. It's a cool riff. So you'll go 12E up, 12B down, 15, 14, B, G. The picking's in your tabs there, so 12B, that's a good subgroup. Then 14G, bend, release, pull to 12, and then 14D, and then go 12, 14, 12, pick, hammer, pull, 14D. So, and then 12, 14, 12, pick, hammer, pull, slide to 16, and then hammer to 19 and pull off back to the 16. So when you get up there to 16, don't lift the index off because we're going back to it after we hammer on. So same concept here. You wouldn't want to go, you know what I mean? And then that'll slide off to around fret 4. Okay, next part. We're still in the intro solo here, obviously. This is at 15 seconds. 12D is going to slide to 14, and then 12G. So slide to the 14, 12G, and then 14G, 15B. That's third and fourth finger. Back it with a couple fingers on the G string. You know, hit them both twice, bend, release the second one. 12G, 15B, and do a quarter step bend, real slight. Used in blues a lot. So, or yeah. 14G and D, and then 12 on the G and B vibrato. You're going to want to bar that with your index. 14, 12 on the D. Yeah. 14, 12 on the D. And then 14A, slide to 12. Gliss slide. So as soon as you pick, move it. And then 10A. Alright. And then go 12A, slide to 14. And then go 10A vibrato. So. And then that'll rest and then slide down a few frets. So. 10, 12 on the E, and this is at 21 seconds, do a hammer on, and then 10A. 12A, slide to 14. And then 12, 14, 12 on the D, pick, hammer, pull, and then 14, 12 AD. So that sounds like this. 14A, we're going to slide to 17. And he's moving around in the pentatonic patterns up here. After you get to 17A, go 14, 17, 14 on the D, pick, hammer, pull, and then 17, 14 AD. So we have 17A, slide to 19. 17, 19 on the D. 16G, and then you have a rest. So, oops. No vibrato. 23 seconds in, you're going to go 17B, pick, hammer to 20, pull 17, hammer to 20, pull 17. So it sounds like this. let's break that down. Another prime example, leave the index there. Pick, hammer, pull, 1917 GB. That would be down up. 19 pull to 16 on the G. 19D to 16G to 19D. Bend it a whole step. Release it. So that would be. And then 17, 19, 19 on the D. Pinch harmonic that one. And then go 16G, 17D, 19A. Vibrato. Okay, I think that's all of the intro solo. We moved to page 2. No, there's a little bit more here. 12G half step bend. Pentatonic. 1412D, 1412A pull off. So, oops. And then 1512E. 1512 on the low E, right? So 12A slide to 14. And then 10A quarter step. And that's very close to the end. 12E after that. So vibrato, slide, rest. Now the verse kicks in, and this is actually section 1, 32 seconds to 128. And you're going to start with an A minor chord. Open, 2, 2, 1, open on the high E. Just back your volume down a little bit because there's still some distortion in this, even though it's clean. So strum 5 through 1 on your strings. Go G as it's ringing. And then as that's ringing, go 3A or 3E, open E, 1, 2, 1, B, G, B. So the only thing you have to add is that pinky on the 3rd fret high E. Two palm muted open Ds. This is just in between the chord type stuff. And that moves us into 3A, 5, 5, 5, D, G, and B. Go about that. You know, I haven't actually seen you play or heard you play yet. You're doing a lot of Whitecross, so I'm assuming you're a pretty good player. But you can bar that with your pinky, 3rd. You can, however you can get that is what matters. If it's too hard to get that, for a lot of people, this is uncomfortable. You could turn it into a power chord plus the octave if you want, but try to get it this way. So strum it, slide it up to 5, 7, 7, 7, and then strum it once you get there. So, and then open E, 7A, hit those together. But before you do that, also go to the 9D, and you'll have this EA together. And then, so EA together, D string, and then E and B string open. Right? Really nice chords here. Good job, Rex. Then 9A, 3rd finger, bar the 7th fret on the D string all the way down, and go to 8B with your middle finger. This will be AD, and then EB. And then go 10A, 9G, and 7E. Really nice chords, man. Oops. And then 7D, hammer to 9. And then 7G twice. So let's try it from the... Oops. And then 10, 9, 10, D, G, B. You're gonna play it as an arpeggio. So it's a hold, so leave everything down. D, G, B, G, B. Whatever fingers you want there. Actually, I use these ones. And then rest, strum them, and then fret hand mute down up. that fret hand mute can be done in route. In other words, as you're moving to your next target chord, which is 2, 4, 4, A, D, G, you're going to strum those and slide it a half step to 3, 5, 5. So it'd be, you don't even really hear the 2, 4, 4, but that's the slide point. Then go 2, 2, 4, 2, 4. It's a B7 with the F sharp bass. So you'd have, and then E minor, 7, 9, 9, 8, A, D, G, B. So you have, okay, so from there, we're, trying to remember the beat of that, dang it. Oh yeah, I think it's like that. There it is. 2, 6, 5, A. So 4, 5, 4, 5, A, D, G, B. So now there are some sporadic little leads that Rex has thrown in there. I didn't catch those. I caught the straight out solos. So I figured you wanted to play along with this. You're going to want to keep the fatness of the chord progressions in there. Plus there's some really nice chords, as you're finding out. A minor, open 2, 2, 1 open, strum that, and then G, B, E. So fret hand mute, and that could be E, A, D. You know, you don't have to, just don't go and hit all of them. It's more for the feel, right? 3, 5, 5, 5 after that, A through B. Move that up a whole step, twice, and then E minor. Open 2, 2 open, as that's ringing. Then hit the B and the E string open. Okay, after that. Actually, I did throw some of the riffs in there. There's one. And the reason, I think the guitar cut out there, which is why I went with that. So, 2G, bend, release, pull off to open, and then go to 2D. Open B, 3B, slide to 5, vibrato. So, 3E, half step bend, and then rest. Then 7D, slide to 9. This will be, he's actually building kind of some chords here. You got, oh yeah. Let me see here. That's right, it's coming back to me. So you slide to the 9, leave it there, go 7G and then 8B. So you have then 7D, 5G, 5B, and just bar those last 3 strings. Oops. And then 7, 5, 5, D, G, E. So 6D, first finger, slide to 8, 9G, third finger, middle finger 8B, pinky 9, high E. That's your notes of the chord. So we're sliding, it's a diminished chord. Slide to the 8, go G, B, G, E, B, G, B. So you have, right, once again. And then, this is top of page 3. on 1A, slide to 2, but you don't really hear the 1. That's just your start point. Leave it down, go 4D, E, B, B, E, B, D, B. So, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll go 2nd fret, 2, 2 on the EA, and then 4th fret, D, G, and B. It's 8 down strums. That's it for part 1.